Thanks very much for that introduction, and thanks for giving us a little bit of your time today. My name is Frank Thomas. My pronouns are he, him, and his, and I am admissions counselor for California and the Western United States for students interested in attending Rollins College. I'm going to tell you a little bit about our college, our application process, the features of the college, and I'll give you some specific information on our Department of Biology, where you'll find programs in marine biology, biology, and molecular biology. If you'd like to receive more information from Rollins College, I encourage you to capture that QR code that's on your screen now. You can fill out that short form now or at the conclusion of our session today. Just make sure you go ahead and grab that so that you can contact me directly and I can share or follow up with you after today's event. So I'm going to turn my camera off because you don't need to see me while we're doing this. But I do want to share with you that Rollins is the oldest college in the state of Florida, and we are located in the town of Winter Park. This is just outside of Orlando, Florida. In fact, if you're able to see it on your screen, on the far right side of the screen in the horizon, you'll see the buildings of downtown Orlando. And Rollins is a college of liberal arts. So even though I'm going to talk about biological programs today, we were founded in that liberal arts tradition of providing a well-rounded overall education in a wide variety of topics, as well as a specific education in your particular area of study. Because of many of the things you're going to hear about today, including our commitment to undergraduate teaching, our awesome research opportunities, our physical location, our beautiful campus, Rollins is consistently ranked the #1 regional university in the South by US News and World Report. Again, we are located just outside of Orlando, Florida, and that's going to come into play when we talk about these biology programs today too. Just a quick snapshot of our college. We are a small liberal arts college, as many liberal arts institutions are, with just about 2,100 students. We may be smaller than some of the high schools that many of you are attending. And students are coming to us from around the world, but as Florida's oldest college, about half of our students are Floridian. The other half come to us from about 40 states and 60 countries around the world. And really the reason you're spending a few minutes with us today is to answer one simple question, and that is Rollins College right for me? For us, the answer comes in the Rollins Gateway. This is our signature approach to the traditional liberal arts education. And it's not only emblematic of that journey that you'll take on your educational pathway, but also of the actual gateways that mark the entrances and exits to our campus. The components of the Rollins Gateway include a future-proof education that not only prepares you for your first job, but makes sure that you are ready for your last job. It's putting liberal arts into action, putting your studies into practice right away while you're still in school. And this includes our integrated mentorship model, where you can gain from the experiences, knowledge, and passion of our faculty. All of these things leading to the results that you're looking for when you look for a college or university. Let's start with that future-proof education. It is so important to have that connection, that relationship with your professors. And at an institution like Rollins, where the student to faculty ratio is about 10-1 and the average class size is about 17, you're not going to be a number. You're going to be a face and a name. Your faculty, professors are going to know you. They're gonna miss you when you haven't been able to come to class. They'll check in on you. It's the kind of campus where you're going to know your professors' dogs' names because you're going to see them walking them on campus or in the community. And our faculty are doing some wonderful research and other projects in the community, but they all understand that the reason why all of us are here at Rollins is because of our students. And without them, there really is no purpose for what we're doing here. So Rollins is consistently recognized for our commitment to undergraduate teaching. That is our first principle. One of the excellent opportunities for you as students interested in biology and marine biology is our student-faculty collaborative scholarship program. This opens the doors to the types of research to undergraduates usually only available in the graduate programs at many institutions. In this program, our students are the prime movers. They propose their own lines of research and find faculty members to work with them on that research. We're going to pay both the student and the faculty member a stipend for 2 months during the summer so that they can work collaboratively on this research, with the expected output being a peer-reviewed journal article, a presentation to a conference or a consortium or something similar to that. And this research program is available in all of the 60 plus areas of study that we have. So it's not just in the white lab coat sciences, but also in things like business, political science, ethnic studies, and anthropology. So this is one of the examples of how a Rollins education with its small class sizes, focus on teaching, and opportunities for research can really help you reach that next level. And as a liberal arts college, we're not only going to focus in that area of your major, which for many of you will be biology or marine biology, but the real excitement and flexibility comes in the other parts of your degree program. Our Rollins Foundation and the liberal arts classes are going to ensure that you have a broad base of experience and knowledge so that you have a strong toolkit available to change companies, to change careers as your interests change, as the economy and the world around us change. I'll give you an example of one of these classes. It was a freshman seminar taught in the fall called Telling a Big Lie. And in this foundation class, students were working together to create their own political lie and then to develop a strategy to disseminate that lie as widely as possible. Now, they don't actually execute this strategy, but the purpose of this class was to help these students become better able to identify political misinformation and conspiracy theories and propaganda in the world around them, but also in a world where so many of us get our understanding of the world around us from the people around us, it makes our students better sources, better sharers of information. So in classes like this, you're not simply studying a single subject area like college algebra or ethics and philosophy. This seminar, Telling a Big Lie, brought together things like communications and marketing, political science and government, psychology and sociology. Students don't even realize that they're learning about all of these concepts while they are following the seminar. And then, of course, there are your electives, which give you the opportunity to really follow your bliss and to pursue those things that either have always interested you but are not really in your career path, or to tailor your degree so that your major gets the influence and the benefit of the things that you choose to minor in. A quick example, a recent student who committed to Rollins wants to study acoustic engineering, and rather than go to the College Board website and look for colleges with acoustics as a degree, he's going to come to Rollins and major in music and minor in physics. So you can really mix and match the pieces of the programs of study we have to find a degree that fits the particular niche or interest that you have. A huge part of what we do at Rollins is study abroad, getting that liberal arts education into action as soon as possible. So we spend all this time and effort getting you to come to Central Florida, come and visit our campus, come to school here. And as soon as you get here, we are saying, okay, get out into the world and start doing with what you have been studying while you are here. Some of our recent students have done study abroad or Rollins approved study abroad programs in the United Kingdom, Ireland, and New Zealand, and they've even done field work in Ecuador and Tanzania. And one of the best things about study abroad at Rollins and why it is so popular is that for your first study abroad program, your financial aid package goes with you. So if you're spending an entire spring semester in Ireland or in South Africa or in the Bahamas doing research, you're not going to have tuition, room, and board expenses here on campus, but you're going to have expenses for that study abroad program. And at Rollins, your financial aid package is going to go with you to help you with that. In addition to this study abroad, this curricular involvement, a key part of a Rollins education is community engagement. Probably no better example of that than Rollins College's most famous graduate, Mr. Fred Rogers of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood on PBS. Fred Rogers exemplified that spark that we are trying to implant in our students of compassion and caring for the world around them, for a commitment to education, and for that sense of saying, what can I do here, no matter how big or how small, to make a difference in the place that I'm at. The idea of all of these engagement opportunities that you see on the screen are not only to continue that tradition of service that many of you are involved in, but moreover, to plant in you that spark that says, when I go to a new place, either to start college or after I've graduated to start my career and my family, the first thing I do is I look around in that new place and I say, what can I do here to make a difference in people's lives? Lots of other ways to stay involved on campus with dozens of student organizations. It only takes about 5 students and a faculty sponsor to start one up. About a quarter of our students are involved in Greek life, and those organizations are housed on campus, so they are under the administration of the college. Our Greek organizations are primarily service-oriented. Radio station has been broadcasting for 70 years, multiple student publications, lots and lots of ways for you to be involved. For those of you who are interested, we are a Division II college for NCAA sports. You see those listed on the screen, and many of them have athletic scholarships available with them. If your studies bring you to Central Florida and you are interested in playing one of these sports, you can talk to me, your admissions counselor, and I can help you get connected with a coach who can help you with that. But I really could have answered that question, why Rollins, by just jumping here to the final page, which is our outcomes rate. The last year for which we have reliable data, pre-COVID, which is 2019, that class of students had 97% of them who were working in graduate school or had made other plans within 12 months of graduation. Because of the connections that we have with some of the largest companies in the world and the most prestigious graduate schools in the world, our students are not waiting a long time to figure out their next step. In fact, many of them have job offers or grad school offers in their pockets when they walk across the stage at graduation. A lot of them will even put the logo of their new company or their new institute on the top of their mortarboards so everybody can see where it is that they're going next. So when you're thinking about cost, financial aid, scholarships, also think about the return on your investment from a college like Rollins, and that's what you're seeing here. And this is where I can take an opportunity to mention our location and the opportunities available to you in our marine biology program. A lot of people think about Orlando, and the first thing that they think of is the theme parks here. Disney, Universal, yes, they absolutely exist here, but on the other side of town where we live, you wouldn't even know that Disney was here. Orlando is one of the fastest growing cities in the United States. It's one of the top cities for recent college graduates or internships, the #2 most fun city in America. Lots of terrific opportunities for you here. And the marine biology program is tailored to take full advantage of Rollins' ideal location on the Florida Peninsula. We're 1 hour from the Atlantic Ocean. We're 90 minutes from the Gulf of Mexico. We're a few hours from the delicate ecosystems of the Florida Keys, and we're a 1 hour flight to the Bahamas. So our marine biology students are in the enviable position to apply to lab work in these diverse ecosystems as part of a hands-on education. And it's the type of access to field work that's rarely available to undergraduates at other schools. So our emphasis on exploring and experiencing provides the most natural transition for students into a fulfilling career or into postgraduate work. Excuse me. So a little bit more information for you about the marine biology program and the biology program. We have just in the last few years renovated our rooftop greenhouse. It took more than a year to plan and about 8 months to complete the renovations there. It's a 4-room greenhouse that includes a teaching collection room, a faculty research room, a student research room, and a head house that they use for repotting and pot washing and general maintenance up there. You can actually see on our website the various organisms and plants that we have growing year round in this greenhouse. And because of its location on the top of the Bush Science Center, it's ideally located for year-round sunlight. So faculty and students can conduct experiments all year round, and they can use the environmental controls in keeping temperature and humidity and light at their preferred optimum levels. I also want to share with you some of those research opportunities, not only here, but abroad, excuse me. As a biology or marine biology student at Rollins College, and depending on which classes you take, you'll be able to participate in a number of near and off-campus field experiences. Our campus is adjacent to Lake Virginia. It's literally on Lake Virginia, and it's part of the Winter Park chain of lakes. And the college also has that greenhouse that I mentioned that's used extensively by the department. The biology department also has a significant travel fund that enables students and faculty field trips to local state parks and to wilderness areas along the Atlantic and the Gulf Coast, the Florida Keys, and the Everglades. Students in our Bio 388 Marine Biolab, for example, are going to study marine life at marine laboratories in Hawaii and in the Bahamas or the coast of New England. And in this biolab course, students are going to do comprehensive in-field ecological analyses of temperate or tropical marine ecosystems, including coral reefs, rocky and sandy intertidal climates, mangroves, and estuary areas. So terrific opportunities for that research. In addition, students can spend an entire semester at the Duke University Marine Lab, which is offering undergraduate students residential courses in the fall or in the spring semesters, and also during summer terms. The courses are taught by that excellent faculty at Duke and other universities and research institutions. They've got small class sizes and an island setting, which is going to really foster those rewarding student-faculty interactions and mentorship opportunities. And as I mentioned, you can also pursue a study abroad in places like Ireland and New Zealand, and field work that's previously been done in Ecuador and Tanzania. So I know some of you are sending in questions to us through the app. Others may be doing so through Zoom. We're going to keep an eye on those, and we encourage you to keep them coming because we're going to make sure that we get those answered for you before we are done today. Pardon my voice there. This is the end of a week of college fairs that I've been traveling to, and I've lost my voice twice this week. It's starting to come back, but it's still a little bit rough. So I certainly appreciate your patience with me. So let's talk about the second half of what I have to share with you today. That's about admission and financial aid and that whole process at Rollins College. Our admission window for the fall of 22 is currently closed. We are accepting transfer applicants for the spring of 23, and then the application for the fall of 23 is going to be opening up this summer. We are a common application school. You see the items on the screen. We're looking for essentially the same physical items that all of these other schools you're applying to are looking for. And I'll start with that core curriculum. We will take a look at the 5 subject areas of math, science, social studies, languages, and English. And we're going to calculate an unweighted GPA on a 4.0 scale. Last year, that average core GPA was about a 3.5. Anything 3.0 and up is a good starting point, but that's not a minimum requirement. And we're also going to give you credit for all of those AP, IB, ACE, dual enrollment, college level classes, and other rigorous classes and, and summer programs that you took to prepare yourself and to challenge yourself while you were in school. Rollins College is test optional and has been for almost 15 years now. It's up to you whether you take one of these tests and provide the test score to us. If you're not sure whether a test, providing a test score is right for you, talk to your admissions counselor. We can look at your overall academic profile and give you advice on what's going to make your application look the strongest. But everybody's got these numbers. And here's where I'm going to put on my high school counselor hat for a minute and give you some free advice, no matter where it is you're considering applying to college, and no matter whether you're a first year or a transfer student. It's these other items that can really make the difference and really separate you from the rest of the applicants who may have similar grades and similar test scores to you. We require a letter of recommendation from your guidance or high school counselor, but we'll accept additional recommendations. And here's my free tip on recommendations. If you ask someone to recommend you for college and they ask you for your resume, don't give it to them. There's 2 reasons for that, and this gets me in trouble with my high school counselors, but if you give your recommender your resume, I'm going to get a recommendation letter that reads like your resume, and I've already seen your resume, so that's kind of a missed opportunity. But more importantly, if you ask someone to recommend you for college and they can't write at least a half a page about you without your resume, maybe they don't know you well enough to be recommending you for college. In your involvement section, we're asking about your activities, your internships, your research, your awards, your extracurricular activities, job experience, and so on. We'd like you to put this section together in order of importance to you and not in the order that you did it. If the most important experience that you had was a summer that you spent doing research in the Bahamas in the 10th grade, that needs to go first on your involvement section, even though it happened a couple of years ago, because that activity is what puts you on the path that you're on today. And then finally, your essay or your personal statement. Could do a whole TED talk on your essay. I'm going to keep it simple to 4 quick points. Be personal. It is okay to talk about yourself. So spend more time talking about yourself and less time describing events or other people. Second, make a statement. I read about 1,000 of these a year. How is yours going to stick out, be memorable, grab my attention? Third, tell me something new. I've got all this other information on your application that I've already read, so use this blank page to tell me more about things that I don't know about you yet. And finally, and most importantly, tell me who you are. At the end of reading your personal statement, I should be able to turn to my boss and say, Justin is blank. How do you want me to fill in that blank when I read your personal statement? And then work backwards from there. I'll only take a second to speak about deadlines because they're not coming up for a while away. But we have an early decision opportunity for you to apply and get your acceptance letter early. That's a November 15th deadline, and you usually find out about a month later. Early decision is a binding agreement between you and one school. It should be your top choice school. And that agreement says if the school will consider you early, admit you, and give you your financial aid package, you will accept their offer and you'll withdraw all of your other applications. But for most students, you're going to apply using the regular process. Our priority scholarship deadline is November 15th of this fall. And the regular deadline for everyone is February 1st of 2023. When you apply for admission, you're automatically applying for merit-based scholarships. No extra step required. Almost all of our students are receiving some form of financial aid from us. And our partial academic scholarships go up to $32,000 a year, which is about half the cost of tuition. For students who are Florida residents or parents are Florida residents, you may also qualify for some of those Florida resident programs that you see at the bottom of the screen. So that's really all that I had to share with you about Rollins College, about our Department of Biology, our marine biology programs, the opportunities for you to do research around the world, and the benefits of the Student Faculty Collaborative Research Program. There are our social media tags there that you can see on the screen. So you can feel free to grab those or to reach out to us through any of those. But I'm going to jump back here to my title screen so that you can see that QR code where you can snap that QR code and request more information. I'll contact you personally to follow up with you with your questions about Rollins College from Orlando, Florida. And at this point, let me go back to our host here at the Ocean Institute and see if we've gotten any questions that can come in, that have come in that I can help with. Leanne, I think you are muted. There you go.
I do have a question.
Yes.
What is the best part of being a student at your school?
There's a few things, so I'm not going to limit. I'm going to take some license here and not limit it to one thing. One of the best things is the natural beauty of our campus. It's a small 90-acre campus located on the shores of Lake Virginia. It's consistently ranked one of the most beautiful college campuses in America. It's very walkable, and it's in very easy access to a lot of services, grocery store, restaurants. It's also across the street from the Park Avenue district of Winter Park, which is where you'll find a lot of cute little boutiques and local restaurants and shops. But then you have this small town liberal arts college feel here in Winter Park, and then you get the benefits of having the global city of Orlando right there in your backyard. So you're getting that small feel on campus, but then on a lot of weekends, our students leave campus and they go to the theme parks. They go to the Performing Arts Center or to the professional sports downtown. They go hiking in Wekiva Springs State Park. They head to either one of the coasts. You can get to one coast in 45 minutes, to the other in about 90 minutes. So our location is ideal, and especially, as I mentioned, for marine biology interested students. But that's one of the best things about the college is its physical and natural environment.
Awesome. And as a high school student, are there things that I can do that would make me a better candidate for the program?
That is a terrific question. We're mostly focusing on marine biology and biology, but I'll broaden that answer. First, if you have an idea of what you want to study in college, make sure that you're selecting honors and advanced placement classes or electives that relate to what you want to study. That shows an interest to the college that in that field. It also shows that you have taken more challenging or more rigorous work in that field, and it's preparing you better to be a college level student in that field. In addition, if you're taking those classes that relate to what you want to study in high school, you may actually discover that that field is not right for you before you get to college. So that's one thing that you can do. A second thing is, I'll jump back to those items that I mentioned, those intangible items on your application, your letters of recommendation, your personal statement or essay, and your involvement section. These are the things that you really have a lot of control over, especially that personal statement, which is a blank sheet of paper. If you are in the second semester of your junior year right now, your high school GPA is pretty much set. It's not completely locked in stone, but trying to improve your GPA late in your junior year is like trying to turn the Titanic. It takes forever just to move your GPA just a little bit. So the places where you can really make the most difference right now is in those intangible items. So quick recap, taking classes that relate to what you want to study, taking rigorous classes in those fields, and giving special attention to those intangible items on your application, the recommendation, the involvement section, and your personal statement.
Awesome. And do you have any programs for middle and high schoolers that are interested in marine biology?
So we don't currently have any summer programs for those students. Ordinarily, that would be an opportunity for them to come to us in the summer and do that. The last 2 years of the COVID-19 pandemic have inhibited our ability to offer some of those programs. We're looking to go back to offering some of those in 2023. We don't have any of those planned for this summer right now. However, for middle and particularly high school students who are interested in Rollins College, and this is where I'm going to put on my high school counselor hat again, not just Rollins College, but any college. Show up to one of their virtual events. Open the emails when they send them. Colleges can actually see if you have opened the email that we have sent you. So open our emails. Set up a request for a video chat appointment. All of these things are ways that you are engaging with the college, and we all kind of keep track of those things. So if it's not specific to the program you're interested in, but you know that you're interested in that college, one of the ways that you can help yourself is by engaging with that college. I've got my QR code here on the screen. When you share your information and say that you attended this virtual college fair, that shows me that you're interested in Rollins College, and right away, that puts you a step ahead of people who apply for admission and have never visited our campus and never connected with us in any way.
What is your favorite thing about this school?
My favorite thing about Rollins College hasn't happened yet this year, pardon me, and it's called Fox Day, F-O-X, Fox Day. So Fox Day is a tradition that's been around here since about the mid-1950s. And Fox Day is a day that the president of the college determines is too beautiful to have classes in the spring semester. So he places a large fox statue out on the main lawn of campus. And that statue signifies that classes have been canceled for that day. It's even built into the syllabus of all of our spring semester classes, what happens on a Fox Day. No exams on Fox Day. All homework and research paper assignments are pushed one day. All classes are canceled on Fox Day. And once Fox Day is declared, the campus ramps up with food trucks and bounce houses and music concerts, service projects in the community. It's a wonderful day of celebration for the community. It's one of the most closely held secrets on campus. It's pretty amazing considering everything that happens once that statue appears on the lawn at about 4 o'clock in the morning. By 9 o'clock, there's all these tents set up, there's all of this infrastructure, and all of it happens just like that. And it is really one of the most closely guarded secrets on campus. We are, actually it's Saturday, March 12th. Spring break for Rollins College starts next week, and we still haven't had Fox Day yet. So it's going to be coming up pretty soon. And that's one of the most exciting and fun days on campus.
What is it like to do research in a lab? And do you have labs on campus?
Yes, we do. As I mentioned, in addition to the greenhouse, the Bush Science Center was recently renovated, a multi-million-dollar renovation. So there are research facilities on our campus too. Our professors are deeply involved in their own research as well as in supporting students in their research. And this is where I go back to that small class size and that small student to faculty ratio opportunity you have. you're going to have opportunities for mentorship, for getting to know these faculty members, both as colleagues and as friends, developing them as potential future references for graduate school, or for your own research, or for going on to work in private industry. So the opportunities for doing that research both on campus and with internships in the Central Florida community abound. They are available, and they're really rewarding for our students.
Do you have a major specifically with sea turtle research, or will it be a future area of exploration?
That would absolutely be a subset of our marine biology major. So we don't have one. I know some schools get very specific into their majors. Florida Southern College, for example, has a major in citrus agriculture, very specific to Florida. So there may be some specialized institutions that focus on the study of sea turtles specifically. For us, that's going to fall within our marine biology major. And with the access that we have to several Florida state parks, as well as to programs in the Bahamas and the Florida Keys, you would have the opportunity to study that particular organism if it is your passion and your area of interest. Oh, actually, before you jump to the next question, I will mention that as part of the student faculty collaborative research program, for example, some of our students were studying, okay, I'm going to try and say this correctly, the phylogeography of the sea star, Asterias forbacea, in the Northwest Atlantic. So these were students who had a particular passion for this organism. They proposed a summer research project with a faculty member, and we funded them for them to do that research. That continued in the following summer, and then the student is now doing independent research in the professor's lab to continue the field study that they did. They collected some sea stars from Prince Edward Island in Canada, and they sequenced the mitochondrial DNA gene region of that, and they discovered that it had the exact same sequence as organisms that they had collected from North Carolina. And I'm going to quote very briefly from their research. They said, "This lack of diversity indicates a genetic bottleneck. One of the implications of this lack of diversity is that if a disease were to arise in this species, the entire range of organisms could be susceptible." So these students had a particular passion for one organism and one area of study, and they pursued it with our faculty research program. You could do the same with sea turtles.
Amazing. Well, that is all the time that we have. So thank you so much for joining us today for the Ocean Institute's Virtual Marine and Environmental Science College and Career Fair, and to our generous sponsors. We wish you all the best in your next steps.
Thank you, everybody, for your time. And thanks to the Ocean Institute. Y'all have a great weekend.